Welcome to First Coast Living. I am David Binfield. That's Justin Miller. How are you, sir? Here we go. Cheers.
It's Friday.
It's Friday, baby.
Right. We're in the kitchen.
Yeah.
You know, if it's Friday, we're in the kitchen cooking.
You know if it's Friday, we're drinking Miller Lights, we're in the kitchen. We're going to chef it up for you. So we're just going to jump right into the show today. So we are in the Winn-Dixie kitchen. We're going to be making some spaghetti and meatballs. But it's a little bit different. These are gargantuan meatballs.
That's right. Listen, I make these for my kids, and they don't want a tiny little meatball.
Yeah.
They like to have a big old
dudes.
meatball, like it's like a cartoon. You know, you got a big old meatball with the spaghetti. So I make them big. So.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, so the first thing we're going to start with is we're going to start with our sauce, right? So we've already got our pasta boiling here. Just to give you a heads up, you put in a whole bunch of salt, throw in some olive oil. When it gets to a rolling boil, you throw in your pasta. It's about 9-10 minutes. So, and this little guy on the top here helps it from boiling over. So. That's right. Making our sauce. We're making our sauce from scratch. You obviously can go grab a jar of whatever you want, but we're going to teach you how to do it yourself.
So real quick, David.
Yes.
So the first time you made your pasta sauce,
yes.
I've never made homemade pasta sauce ever. Yeah. We don't do the jars now. It's so easy to make. And it's very light. Like some of those jars, it's like acidic and
yes.
like you feel the heartburn 100%. Since we've made that in the beginning of the January or something, when you made your own sauce, we have not bought jars or anything.
Dude, that's awesome.
It's cheaper too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's $1 for a can. Yeah. So I'm not joking. We do that now.
That's
so,
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, man, that's a good compliment. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. All right, so the way we make our sauce is we're gonna build it, right? So you're gonna start with, you're gonna take a little bit of olive oil. You're gonna put just enough olive oil basically to cover the bottom of the pot. And then we're gonna take a whole onion and we're gonna throw it on top of that oil. So we're gonna take and we're gonna do that. And then a nice big old fat dollop or two of garlic, kind of depends on how much you want. And then you're basically just gonna saute that until it gets a little clear, right? Those onions and stuff are gonna be a little clear. You can see right there on the screen, you've got all the lists that you're gonna need for your ingredients for your pasta sauce. So what we're gonna do, now that we've got our onions and our garlic clear, right? So we've let them sweat, as they call that. And then we're just going to take and we're going to build all of the stuff on top of it. So,
and I got to say, the smell. It smells so good.
It is so good. So right here we have some crushed tomatoes. So we're just going to take and throw those crushed tomatoes right in there. Wow, just get that in there. And we're making quite a bit of sauce for everybody, right? So we're going to add the rest of these crushed tomatoes here. Just get all that
we
good
thought,
stuff
hey,
in
there's
there.
a lot of crew. Let's feed them, you know?
So we're going to take a little bit of tomato sauce as well. Throw your tomato sauce in there. Look at that.
And it depends on how you want your sauce. Do you want it thicker? Do you want it a little runny? Like people like it all different, so make it however you want. Yeah.
And so if you want to thicken it up, the way you're going to thicken it up is with tomato paste, right? So that way we're not going to change the flavor of it at all. We're just going to thicken that up. So you're going to put about, this is a pretty big can. Usually those tomato paste cans, you guys know that go shopping, they're pretty small. But this is a big one. This is about 2 of them. So I'm only going to use half of that can. So we're gonna get that in there. We're gonna mix this stuff up really nice.
Yep.
Get that going.
And the Know and Love brand, I mean, stuff's always on sale with them. That's all I was saying. It's so much cheaper to just make it yourself. It really is.
It really is, and you know what goes in it. It's built to your flavor palette. And like, you know, there's no preservatives or things like that in there, so it's not gonna be sitting on a shelf for some time. So we've got that nice and mixed up. Now the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna add a little bit of flavors to it. So with this, we're gonna take a whole bunch of fresh basil. Fresh basil is really key here, guys. This is gonna be the jam. And when you use fresh basil, make sure that you use more than you would typically use, right? Because the fresh herbs are like, dried herbs will give off a little bit more of that flavor. When you're using fresh herbs and we're putting them in sauces like this, we're gonna take and we're gonna use a little bit more than we
just smells so good. As soon as you open up that pack, you can smell the basil.
Yeah, the basil is very pungent. It's gonna make your kitchen smell amazing. And you're just gonna break these guys off and throw them in there. You wanna help me out with that?
Yeah.
Grab some of these and just start pulling them. And we're gonna start just breaking the leaves up. If they're real small, you can leave them there, but if they're bigger, break them up for me. And then we're just gonna do this, right? And then I'm also gonna add, I'm gonna cheat a little bit. I am gonna add some of the Italian seasoning in there as well.
Hey, listen, if it's easier, you know, you can do grandma's homemade pasta sauce and make sure everything is fresh and, you know, what'd you say, oregano? And
that's right. You can get fresh oregano and a little bit of fresh rosemary as well.
Yeah, but we have Italian seasoning from SE Grocers, so why not just use it, you know?
Yep, pop that off, and this, you can give yourself a nice healthy dose.
Yeah. Now, don't use all of it because I need some for my meatballs.
And the longer that you cook this stuff, guys, the better it's gonna be.
Yeah.
So if you really want to do it like Grandma, you're gonna get this simmering, at around like 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, and you're gonna let that simmer, adding a little bit of water to it as it thickens over time, and until you're ready for dinner.
Yeah,
right?
and that's why we have this guy right here simmering, because we already made a pot. So meatballs are gonna take a little bit. You know, we want to try the food, so
Absolutely.
we already cooked some right here, and
Yes, we did.
I'm excited.
Yes, we did. All right, so I think our sauce is pretty much ready to
Yeah,
go,
all right, onto the meatballs.
On to the meatballs.
All right, this is how I make my meatballs. Listen, you can make meatballs a million different ways, but this is how I make mine.
I dig this. Like, okay, so like when he's making these meatballs, I come out here, I was like, wow. Like, here, you want to show him one real quick?
Yeah, sure, why not?
All right, let's just show
All
him
right,
one
Chris,
real
get
quick.
ready to get the beauty shot of this meatball. You ready?
Look at that meatball.
Look at that.
Look at
I mean, that's, you know,
Look at
that's
the
a
size
meatball.
of that
Yeah,
meatball.
it's like
That's
a tennis ball.
healthy meatball.
Again, you don't have to make them that big. They take a little longer to cook, but my kids, they just think it's so fun when they see a huge meatball on the plate.
Because
so.
it's like you were saying before, it's like a Looney Tunes cartoon.
Yeah, 100%, yeah. All right, so what we do is we have about a pound of ground beef.
All right.
Now the ingredients is gonna say a pound of ground beef, but I put some pork in there.
Yeah,
Again, you don't have to. This is actually my first time making meatballs with pork. Normally I just get ground beef because it's easy and we're just trying to make stuff for the kids. So, so I got a pound of ground beef. I've got about a half a pound of ground pork that's just, you know, in the Winn-Dixie meat counter,
Just in
you
the
know,
meat
just,
section?
yeah, why not? All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some onions in here.
All right.
I'm gonna take that glove off because I'm gonna have to grab all this stuff.
Yeah.
I just cut up a little onion. You know, I cut it kind of fine.
Yeah.
You know, minced it pretty good.
Absolutely, you want it to break down.
Yeah, you don't want them super chunky because then when you pack them, it's almost impossible to.
Because then it's like that stand-up from Eddie Murphy when he's talking about, you know, when
The hamburger that's.
this hamburger's a meatball and 2 slices of Wonder Bread.
So it says 2 eggs, but I'm gonna add 3 because I added that extra half a pound of pork.
Yeah, that's good.
So you know, it's a little bit bigger size.
Just use the math.
And listen, I've got 5 kids, so a pound of ground beef.
That's not gonna go very far.
It doesn't go far. So I gotta make a big pile of meatballs for it. So gonna do some eggs.
Right on.
I'm gonna take this glove off
This
because
is
I don't
pretty
want
cool, man. You know what? I don't have a whole lot of experience making homemade meatballs.
I don't either, but I've been trying them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's fun.
One of the coolest things I really dig about us doing this segment is we challenge ourselves to learn all these new things all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And then what we find out is like half the time these things are so easy, guys.
It really is. I mean, because we have so many kids, normally it's just like chicken nuggets or
Sure.
something.
Well,
But
there's gotta be
since
something
we've been doing this, I'm like, I'm actually really enjoying cooking and really using fresh ingredients and not just buying frozen meatballs from the deli.
Right.
Because you can taste the difference. I mean, you really can.
Absolutely.
All right, so we got eggs. I'm gonna add some Parmesan cheese. Again,
all right, yeah.
do it as you like.
I like
You know, sometimes I don't add Parmesan cheese because my kids, I don't know, sometimes they're allergic to milk, sometimes they're not. It's the weirdest thing.
Depends on the day.
Yeah, it depends on the day. Sometimes they break out. So sometimes I don't add any cheese in it because I'm just a little nervous that they're gonna, you know, break out for, you know, milk and stuff. So now we're gonna add some garlic.
Yeah.
Because you always gotta add garlic.
Garlic
you know.
and onions go like an everything.
And it's 2 tablespoons or teaspoons. Still don't know the difference.
Teaspoon, little spoon, tablespoon.
Tablespoon, big table.
Yep.
All right, and we're gonna add some Italian seasoning.
Italian if you're my relatives in North Georgia.
Italian seasoning. Now again, season to your liking, you know?
I like a lot of seasoning.
I like a lot of seasoning. So I'm gonna add a lot. Then I'm gonna add a little salt and pepper.
There you go. And then we get to get our hands dirty.
Then we get to get our hands dirty.
Yeah.
And this is where the kids come in.
I was just about to say
Let
that.
them mix it up,
When
yeah.
I was a kid, mom would always call me in. Hey, it's time to mix it up. And you're like, yeah, you come running in there. You're like,
Yeah,
smashing in
100%.
there.
And one thing, so some
what are you
people
doing with this?
ricotta cheese.
What?
So some people add like a little douse of milk. I use almond milk when I'm not using cheese again because my kids sometimes are allergic to milk. It's the weirdest thing. But I've heard ricotta cheese as well. So I'm gonna add a little ricotta and just see what happens.
that. Let's do
You
it.
know, I'm just gonna add a little dollop.
It's
you
the
know.
experimental Winn-Dixie kitchen.
That's right. And on the ingredients, I don't think it said ricotta cheese, but I saw a little TikTok video and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a try. Why
I
not?
like it. I like it.
And now, breadcrumbs. Be careful with breadcrumbs because if you had too much, it is like a dense ball. You know, it's too bready.
Yeah.
So,
okay, so how much do I use?
I don't know. I'm gonna eye it. It says 1/4 cup, but I always mix it and then go, all right, it's a little too loose.
That's a lot more than 1/4 cup.
Yeah, well, and you remember, it's...
It's true, it's 1.5 pounds.
Yeah, and it's probably almost 2 pounds because I think I use about 1.5 pounds of beef. I'm just gonna use what we got. Yeah. I got the big old
I think it's great.
pack of ground beef from Winn-Dixie. It was on sale, and if you buy more like the value pack, you know, it's cheaper. Yeah. So I was like, I'm just gonna use it. And we don't waste here.
No.
We don't waste here.
No.
All right,
and you can't waste it.
We can't waste.
And then we got to bring that here too. So.
Yeah. So now I'm just gonna mix this up. This is when the kids come in. Now just be careful. Do not over mix because it will become very dense. You want it to kind of be broken up a little bit because if you just keep on mixing and mixing and mixing, it turns into a packed ball, and then it's just dense, and it's like you're eating a meatball. Again, it's still good, but you want to keep it loose.
You want it to be a little bit more delicate. So when you hit it with that fork, it just pops off.
Yeah. So don't over mix if you're letting the kids mix. Don't just sit here for 20 minutes and just mix and mix. Because I gotta say, it's
don't use that as your own downtime. Yeah. Mix this. I'm gonna go off and up here.
Because I gotta say, like, if you're a kid, you're just like, it's like Play-Doh. Like, this is fun. So again, don't.
I mean, I would mix it until mom tells you stop.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
So be careful with that.
Okay.
Because it will make it dense if you keep on packing it and packing it and packing it.
So all right. So when we get it mixed up, are we gonna? How do we cook these?
Oh, man, we're gonna drop it right in that sauce.
You just put it right in the sauce.
Yeah. Some people do take it on a pan with oil and brown them and stuff like that. Listen, I ain't got the time. I'm gonna make the sauce, and I'm gonna come over here, and I'm just gonna throw them in there and let them cook.
I gotta be honest with you. You know, if you're gonna simmer them in sauce for that long, I mean, does the browning of it even do anything? Would it even add anything? I don't know.
I'm sure there's somebody at their house going, you better brown that thing.
They're giving us the no for not browning it. Whatever.
So look at that. So it's not like packed too tightly. It's still got some texture.
Looks good.
If you keep on mixing again, it'll just compact. So now what I'm gonna do, again, normally you would wanna let the sauce simmer a little more.
Typically, no kidding, we'd wanna let this sauce simmer for at least an hour before we do this.
But it's TV.
It's TV.
So we gotta do stuff fast.
Let's do it, man.
So
Let's get it in.
again, make your meatballs however you want. I make them a good size.
That's a big old.
That's a big meatball. You remember when we were at Martin Steakhouse and they had those meatballs?
Yeah.
That's what inspired me to make homemade meatballs because I was like, this is the best thing I've ever eaten. Like, and you remember I was like, no, give me the meatballs. And that's when I
and everything else, and he's like, I'll take the meatballs.
Yeah, and I was like, let me just I got to figure out how to make that. Again, I'm not a chef. I do things I just kind of eye it and stuff like that.
We're not chefs
You make
here.
meatballs however you want. This is how I make them for my kids. And I enjoy them, you know?
Well, then you're making them for yourself.
Keep that lid on. I'm going to just keep on throwing these meatballs in there.
Yeah, get it. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why I kept putting the lid on.
It's popping. But yeah, I mean, if you want to make these meatballs cook faster, by all means.
Throw them in the oven for a little bit.
Throw them in the oven, make them smaller because they are going to take a little while to cook.
You kind of pre-cook them a little bit, and then you can put them in there.
Yeah. But
this is awesome.
I know. This smell is crazy. So let me just pack these up, and then we can start eating. And give those meatballs a try.
Man, these are just awful segments to do, guys.
I know, my gosh. And the news crew, they can't
stand eating all this food.
Yeah,
guys.
they're like, oh man, you're feeding us homemade meatballs?
Yeah. There's 2 of them waiting in the wings right now.
There they are, yep.
Don't worry, we're almost done.
So I've got like 2 more meatballs if you think I can fit them in there.
Yeah, we can get them in there.
Oh, yeah.
We'll make them fit.
Yeah.
Yeah, get in there. Get in there, meatball. Yeah.
But yeah, I love these segments because, again, I didn't really cook a lot at home, like homemade stuff. Yeah. Like, of course, I'd make spaghetti and meatballs, but I'd go and grab the freezer meatballs that are already made, and they're fine, but
they do the trick.
I'm telling you, though, it's cheaper to do it this way.
And what's fun about this is like when you cook at home, when you make meals like this, like Justin was just talking about, you involve the family, right? So you're gonna get the kids involved, they're gonna get involved, they're gonna learn as well. So it's a whole family moment. And I think that's really what cooking's supposed to be.
100%. We have a good time, and my kids get in there and they make a mess, and
like
just
us?
enjoy it. Yeah, yeah. and it is, and it's like, have fun, enjoy it.
All right, so let's get this out of the way.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, let's do this. So we're gonna get a little pasta. So here's what we're doing. Just real quick, guys. Chef Tom has come on the show, and he was talking about how we don't strain the pasta, right? We pull the pasta straight out of the out of the water like this, and then we put the sauce around it because those glutens are actually going to react with the sauce, and it's going to give it that creaminess, right? So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's I never would have thought of that. You just think, hey, let me go just drain the pasta real quick.
Exactly. But no, that's not what you're supposed to do.
That's a lot of pasta there, David.
I know, dude. Hang on.
See, me, like when we had those meatballs, it
Yeah.
didn't even come with pasta, and I was happy with that.
It was
meatballs and sauce is all I needed. It was amazing.
Meatballs and sauce, baby.
And that really did. That's what inspired me to go, hey, you know what? I want to try to make these because I can't bring the kids all to Morton's.
Right.
I don't make that much money.
No, dude, we don't make the kind of money to send 7 people.
Oh, sorry, I got your thumb.
Yeah, it's all right. It'll be fine. It is
2 meatballs?
awesome.
Are we gonna do
Sure,
meatballs?
Do 2 meatballs. Do 2. Don't be afraid.
Oh yeah.
All right. Now hold off for just a second. We're gonna get these 2 meatballs back in there. Then I'm gonna stir that sauce, and we're gonna cover it.
I'll try not to get so much sauce.
No, you're good.
These.
No, you did perfect. Yeah. God, Lord, that is a meatball. Dude, look at the size of that
and for the
meatball.
beef, you want to try to use ground chuck because it's got that fat and the meatball's going to render down. Listen, if you don't want the fat, whatever. Get ground sirloin and you know, it is what it is. However you want to do it.
Well, we kind of talked about that before we started. So the fat that's going to come off of the beef and the pork.
And you can see it.
Yeah, you can see it in the sauce. Is going to actually help because ordinarily I would add some olive oil at the back end of this, right, for the sauce, but we don't need to do that now because we have plenty of oil there.
That's right.
So I need like a big spoon. What do we have?
I don't have much.
You don't have much?
I couldn't find our big spoon.
That'll work.
Okay, that'll be
just
fine.
a second.
I tried to look. I looked in the dishwasher. Somebody may have ran off with it.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah.
There we go. A little sauce action here. Hit me with a sauce, baby. All right.
There's your fork.
Thank you, sir.
All right, let's give these things a try.
All right, let me.
Now again, these are big, so you got to let them cook. Oh yeah, they're cooked perfectly.
Oh,
yeah.
look at that. Look at that. Ah, baby.
I'm scared. This is
You're
hot.
piping hot, dude.
I'm gonna burn my mouth.
I don't care.
Good?
No, man, this is so good.
Oh yeah. And you see how when you cut the meatball, it kind of falls apart. Like it keeps its integrity, you know, but when you do cut it,
It's like fluffy.
yeah. And if you overmix and overdo the breadcrumbs,
It's not gonna do that.
they will be dense. Yep.
Hold on, let me hit the pasta too.
It's good. I gotta say, I love homemade stuff. And listen, people are busy. I'm busy. I go and pick up chicken nuggets from McDonald's every once in a while.
Are you
But
kidding me? Chicken nuggets from McDonald's are delicious.
yeah, but when you want to make something homemade,
Golly.
it's not as hard as it looks.
It's piping hot, but man, I'm telling you right now, that is.
Yeah, I burnt my
Next
mouth a
level.
little bit.
I feel like Chef Tom would even dig it.
I think so.
I think so too.
One day we need to just be like, hey, try this.
Yeah.
Is it up to your,
Yeah.
or is it?
He'll lie.
Yeah. He probably will make Phil better. But,
Exactly.
But I gotta say, this is good.
This is fantastic. All right, and guys, remember, windixie.com/rewards, so that way you can download the app and you can save money as well. Our guy Justin here has like $100 on his. Like
I've got $30-something right now.
Really? That's pretty good.
Yeah. I mean,
Good
so
job.
that means $30 off of my groceries next time I go. It's just money. You scan it and say, yeah, I want to use my points, and then it goes do.
There you go.
Yep.
And you save money, and you put $30 back into your pocket. All right, guys. So like we said, windixie.com/rewards to get that app. Stick around. We're going to be right back after the break. We got a great show for you.